What is up? It is Dan McDonald, and this is a green juice recipe to heal yourself of anything. You have to heal yourself. You better do what I say. No, you have to heal yourself. You've got to take control. I mean, this society, Medicare, Medicaid, it's an argument that's totally moot because you're never going to get well unless you take control of your life. And our society has everything backwards and upside down. The sun is bad, fresh air is bad, block out the sun, and a million other things, that we are disconnected. And this is it. We're going to talk about this in a second, but you're a human being. And guess what? In our world, it's politically incorrect now to be a human being. To fart, to poop, to live, to eat real food. I go out there and say, hey, eat real food. Eat real food? What are you, some kind of conspiracy theorist? It's not that crazy to eat real food. Now, green juice is a supplement. It's got living water, which absorbs and cleanses even better than just obviously the tap water's out, but even the bottled water, So a living water. Living minerals, living enzymes. And it activates and purifies the blood while it simultaneously deodorizes and neutralizes and flushes out the waste. So you get an activation of energy because all the food is dead. So you take all this fresh, alive food, you juice it in a cold press juicer, you drink that back, and you just get this infusion of life. Now, the other thing you want to do, if you do nothing at all, the green juice, this is the lemon ginger blast. This is apple, celery, cucumber, fennel, cilantro, lemon, ginger, habanero, arugula, dandelion, and mint. Okay? Put that through the juicer. Bam, you get some fresh juice. Let me tell you how it is. I just put it together here through the Nama J2. It's okay. It's very convenient. I get it. I'm still a big fan of the Green Star Elite Pro because it's a workhorse, and I put these juicers to work. This one did pretty well today. I'm impressed. I've used it 3 or 4 times before. That's an infusion of life. Okay? And we've got all this cooked food, which kills the enzymes, bonds the fatty acids, the amino acids, and the hydrating carbons. The heat, the high heat, and the higher the heat goes, so the deep fried food is like the worst. So the higher the heat goes, the more denatured the food becomes. And all those coagulating elements get stuck in the body and just inhibit absorption, utilization. It deoxygenates the gastrointestinal tract, creating anaerobic environments where you have skin conditions, brain fog, flatulence, constipation, bad breath, body odor, fermentation, putrefaction, rancidification. And so when we go with the green, we've got the neutralizing, deodorizing, antioxidizing, flushing, purifying, regenerating, animating qualities of a blood transfusion. And then when you add in the therapeutic enzymes, and I'm going to go make a video about all the different, because people are like, which ones are which? Because the names are kind of similar. This is Enzyme, which is a therapeutic enzyme. It's highly concentrated to help break down the sins of the past, my young Padawans. And then the Lifezyme is the digestive enzyme. So this is a therapeutic enzyme. It's a little more expensive, but it's way more concentrated. If you got major issues that need to get cleared up and you need a boost to your enzyme bank account, when the enzyme bank account is used up, the organism is gone. It's true for flies, gnats, worms, spiders, monkeys, bees, bears, lions, and every other living organism. Once that enzyme potential is used up, and so the heavier, denser, more processed, enzyme deficient, mineral deficient food that you eat, which is pretty much the whole thing. So I'm the crazy one, but hey man, I'm leaving everybody's ass in the dust. I got energy, I got life force, I got virility. I'm not gonna lie, everyone says this of course, but at 51 I have more virility than I did when I was 28. Because I was wasting it, I didn't know how to focus, I didn't know how to concentrate, I didn't know about sleeping, I didn't know about, how to manage the energy. And then all these things that I learned about the food trip and getting some discipline around that, like having one juice and then one meal. High vibe, enzyme rich, real food, single food ingredients. Plus blasting hella enzymes, probiotics, and herbs just to keep my gut straight. Trying to find environments that are conducive and making sure you get enough sleep so you can heal yourself of any illness, any condition. There's two directions. It's like getting worse or getting better. And to get better, you gotta work it, baby. You gotta keep working it. And the one thing you can do to calibrate your system, like if you drink juice every day, you are not going to want to be drinking alcohol. It might even help you give up the coffee. It's not that hard to do. I probably took about 30 minutes here to make 4 jars of juice. This will go good. Lasts for about 3 days. It's obviously the best straight away, which it is right now. It just got done like 10 minutes ago. Now it's fresh. And that's the best, but this is better than the crap at the store. So if you batch juice, you got juice for what? How many days? All you need really in this particular, philosophy on this video is the daily green juice habit. 1 32-ounce jar of juice to calibrate the system, to fill it with living water, to create suppleness in the body, and to flush out all the waste. And then all the green stuff with the chlorophyll, it does neutralize a lot of the rotting, putrid filth that fills the humans, that they're not getting enough exercise, they're not getting enough sunlight, they're not getting enough sleep, they're not doing any, bowel management. So the whole place is constipated because of the nature of the foods. So if you're going to eat the cooked foods, take at least a couple of these every time, so that you don't completely wipe out your enzyme bank account and end up with some kind of chronic illness at 47 or 52 or 61, when you could be managing your enzyme bank account a lot better instead of always using up enzymes on stress, on food, on toxins, and on, reproduction is a big usage of vitamins and minerals and energy, which can be utilized. We are here to procreate, but if that energy isn't going down and out, then you can teach yourself to bring it in and up. Word. Now that's something. It's a little bit different for the ladies, to be honest with you. But that's a whole nother video topic. But for now, if you take the great daily green juice habit and you understand what's going on, like once you've wiped out your enzymes, why were you able to party and get up the next day and go when you were 18, 22? Because you had a very high reserve of enzymes left over and you have a lot of faster repair, and you had a higher vital force because you had more metabolic enzyme activity happening in your body. Now it's all digestive. So all enzyme activity is just going to digestion. There's no cell repair. There's no happiness. There's no joy. There's no energy. There's just like, well, that burger is going to digest. I don't have anything against any particular food, But I do think that room temperature, fresh, environmental temperature. I'm not a fan of frozen food. I'm not adamantly against it. Everything has its time and its place. I'm not, against cooked food. Everything has its time and its place. But somewhere in the vast majority of, I want to extend my pleasantness here on earth, meaning you want to have virility, you want your ovaries to be functioning optimally, you want your thyroid to have nutrition, you want your heart to not be clogged up, you want your colon to not be rotting and festering and putrefying from the inside out with an overworked pancreas and liver that then becomes distended big gut. The more raw food you eat, the less your pancreas has to work, the less your liver has to work, so it doesn't have to double and triple in size just to try to keep up with the massive amounts of enzyme depleted dead food. So the more fresh food you eat, the better off you're gonna be. Room temperature, single ingredient foods, real food. It's like, Dan McDonald, you're insane. We can't eat real food. That's a conspiracy theory. It's like, no, it's not. It's like apples. Apples? There's no nutrition in apples. There's life and light in apples. Apples are one of the best foods. It's apple season. I mean, all these apples are amazing. I had these ones called golden russet. I was stoked out of my mind. Sounds like a potato, right? But it's just yellow, but it was dirty looking. But it wasn't dirty. It was just like the skin was weird. But I was like, okay, I gotta try that, golden russet. It looked a little too rustic to be good, but God, it was the texture. It was like a meatball. It was just a meatball apple. It was like the texture, the flavor. It was amazing. So apples, that's one example, but there's a million different real foods. And then we go and order Uber Eats. We go out to these restaurants. It's all mixtures and nobody's bringing their lifetime with them. Enzyme is the therapeutic for the, if you're overweight, if you got some kind of growths. I mean, I have family members that have issues. They should be drinking a green juice and taking a nice, I don't know, however many of these you can afford. Like even just a couple of Lifetime, which are very affordable with each meal, is gonna help digest it, utilize it, break it down, and save you. I take even when I go to a raw food restaurant where everything is soaked, sprouted, and cultured, I still blast about 10 of these. And then you don't get the dip, the Thanksgiving dip, which is coming up in a couple of days, where you might want to, have an overnight order so that you can, on Thanksgiving, you blast about 10 of those before and 10 after, and then everyone else is like passed out, and you're still like, your body is, the enzymes are breaking everything down for you, and your liver and your pancreas are like, okay, cool, And that's the thing about the juicing, like you get a lot of energy with no expenditure. It just adds to it, and then you can drink the juice and get through your day, fuel your brain, fuel your body, fuel your blood, animate, get everything done without bogging yourself down. You have like a big old chicken salad at lunch with some kind of creamy ranch made out of dairy, and you're just like at lunch, and then you need a cup of coffee at 2 o'clock to keep going throughout the day, or a couple of donuts or something. That's why I like the liquids during the day, and then have a nice meal, because I believe in fatty acids, I believe in amino acids, but most people need the healing. They need the detox. They need the cleansing. They need the purification. They need the flushing of the waste. They need a couple colonics and massage and early to bed and turn off all the lights and figure out the electricity in your house. Just shut the goddamn breaker off if you can. Turn your phone on airplane mode and try to bring down as much of the non-native EMF as you possibly can, and expose yourself to as much native environmental stuff. Like the trees give off an energy. Well, so do the buildings and stuff, but so nature versus technology. And now I wonder why everyone's just frizzle-fried, frazzle-dazzled, just scrolling through looking for a little dopamine hit. And we've lost everything that matters, which is just a connection to life itself. Anyhow, this will resensitize the system as you cleanse and flush and let go of everything. The more you let go of, the healthier you're going to be. the more of all the consumables, you know? Simple, plain food is the best. And what else do you need? I mean, the coffee is not my favorite thing, but I know everyone's burned out. Why are you burned out? And can you find a way in your lifestyle to get enough rest to give yourself an opportunity to really go to bed early and get some good sleep and take a few days off? But I know we're tight. Everybody's really tight. We're addicted to the world. We've got all these programs and people just cannot let go. And that's the biggest secret to health, is letting go, relaxing. All the rules, everyone's so tight all the time. And that's the secret, is you got the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the flow, the okayness with what isness, you know? Instead of, and everyone's like, oh, I'm okay with what is, but they are tight. They don't like anything. They're mad about this, pissed about that. How dare men, how dare women do this, and how dare Trump, and how dare everyone do this, that, and they're micromanaging the whole world, and it's killing them to death. And if you're like, hey, I'm cool, man. With what? Everything. Why? Because I don't want to die. I don't want to die by being so tight with everything. So I'm going to drink my juice. I'm going to eat plain ass food, but I'm not going to be some kind of severe orthorexic person who's afraid of food. I will dog down. There is a time to fast and a time to cleanse, and there's a time to eat. You see what I'm saying? And no one can explain in one video how the whole thing works. But this was just a video of like the daily green juice habit with a handful of enzymes. I use 8. That's my lucky number, eternity, all that good stuff. Enzyme therapy, therapeutic enzymes, enzyme digestive for the food is the future. And I'm telling you right now, the pharmaceutical companies do not want you to know. I see what's on our side of the industry and how much they want to keep this quiet. Because once people catch wind of this, even the enzyme concepts in food, it's like a no-brainer. The food that digests itself and saves your whole life from dying young. And yet, does anyone talk about it? No. And it's the most basic, plain, simple, common sense thing, to where when you cook it, you kill all the enzymes. The enzymes go first. The fiber goes second. The vitamins go third, and the minerals go fourth. And then you start to get up into really high heat, and then you start creating all these acrylamides and all these other long bonded, and you break open the cell wall and you burst out all the starlight, because all the starlight, the biophotonic energy, is trapped within the cells. And that, it's like living. The broccoli, the cells are in there just alive. And then as soon as you cook it, if you lightly steam it, there'll be still some left in there. But if you know, and it's still got like the light green, but then when you get into the dark green and it's just dead, all that starlight has just been dissipated out. No wonder there's no anything in the world today, and the whole place has gone to hell in a handbasket. We're cooking all the starlight out of our food, and that's what we are. We are the starlight. So I'm just trying to help you bring back the starlight by juicing a bunch of great stuff, knocking it back, saturating your body, blasting yourself with these therapeutic enzymes every day. And if you do this and you do this, if you do this one thing, green juice, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, as many as you can afford, you know, every day, the enzymes are the spark plugs of life. And the light starts turning back on inside of people. And once you've been doing it for 27 years, you're like, adios amigos. You're like, why are you so fast all the time, Dan McDonald? I want to take a nap. Why are you have so much energy? How can you walk so fast, run so fast, move so fast, get so much done? Or be able to completely relax and let go. Why can you do those things? Because I taught myself. It is wisdom, my young Padawan learners, and you better do what I say. Hope everyone has a great day. Green juice recipe, get healthy, let go, relax, eat good food. I went past 20 minutes. Anyways, I'm stoked. This is absolutely epic. Lemon ginger blast. Never gets old, baby. I hope you learned something today. I'm gonna keep going. This is my mission, man. Green juice and Pyridine. Like, if I could get like one person to do that, I would be a success. Green juice, enzymes, and the Pyridine has a whole bunch of other stuff too. This is what I travel with in my car. It's all I got. I don't have room for anything else. I have a bed, a box of Pyridine, and a backpack full of clothes. I'm not going anywhere without that Pyridine because it just keeps me healthier than a horse, dude. Healthier than a horny horse. Like a bull moose in heat. Damn, McDonald's, you're crazy. You're right. But it takes one to know one. Touche, bonjour. Have a great day, everyone. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, an emoji, whatever. Get a hold of me for a consult. Getting healthy is not that hard. It's actually so simple that the whole world overlooks it for forever, but that's for reasons of profit. This is very simple. It's very simple. It's already in you. It's already in you. It's already there. But can you clean away and wash away and let go of all this gunk and junk that you're holding on to psychologically, emotionally, physically? Just let it all go. You'll be just stoked, dude. You'll be stoked. You'll be like, these dudes will be, you don't even need the boner pills, man. When you're 51, you don't need the boner pills. Ever. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know, because you're keeping them healthy, boys and girls, with real food. Carbs, proteins, and fats. Blasphemy! Because everyone's always against one or the other. There's groups with no carbs. Well, God made carbs. No protein. God made protein. No fats. God made fats. And there's a time and a place. So be wise, because eating is good. You don't want to be orthorexic, extremist, putting one, macro nutrient, Because if you really want to know the truth, the best diet is one where you balance out the carbs, the fats, and the amino acids. How about that? Oh my God, this guy's talking about balance. There's no extremism. We're going to fight. How dare you promote balance? Dan McDonald, you're insane. You're going to kill people. It's not true, man. Amino acids are awesome. Fatty acids are awesome. And carbohydrates are awesome. So everybody's wrong. You just have to know what's what. You got to know what's what. It can take a lifetime. But once you get to the level of machine balance, it's amazing. You're consistent. Everything works. Your reproductive organs, that's the most important, because once that's gone, your enzyme system, your pancreas isn't always overworked because you're just eating room temperature, fresh food, It's single ingredient foods, real foods, organic if you can get it, baby. And try to avoid the pesticides and the tap water and the too much Wi-Fi and crap, And stretch out, go for a walk, sunlight, fresh air. Just forget about all these people arguing about a bunch of crap. Get off social media, it's trash. Watch my YouTube videos, but the rest of it's just trash. Everyone's pissed about something, or how dare you eat this, or how dare you live that way. How dare you do this, how dare you do that. I said, listen, man, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is everything. You can be at ease with the world. The world isn't broken, and neither are you. And you don't need to micromanage yourself. You don't need to micromanage others. You don't need to micromanage the politics. You don't need to micromanage men. You don't need to do anything except worry about yourself. Because that literally will take you a lifetime. So be a master yourself and be stoked. You might be the only one. Sometimes you're like the only one who's like, I got it. I'm so blessed because I don't need to have a bunch of rule books. I don't need to put anyone down. I don't need to be better than anyone. I just can be happy. Kind of dumb and happy. Don't say you're dumb, Dan McDonald. I'm saying this like, no, you want to choose to be dumb. Because you could be like, oh, I'm so intellectually sophisticated. We're going to argue at this coffee shop while overdosing on caffeine about theology, politics, and you're going to listen to what I say. And it's like, it's misery. Misery. The joy of the Lord is inside of you now for no reason at all. But then my job is to be like, look, your physical organism, the 5 elements, you got to figure out a way to balance out the 5 elements in your organism. You got to take care of this thing. And you got to get the 5 elements to be balanced. Earth, air, water, fire, ether. And you're just like, okay, chilling. You're like, okay, you're like, I'm thirsty. Okay, balance the water. Okay, I need to go like have some grounding food. Okay, earth, fire, you need like I need a lemon ginger blast, so you can but you got to get to know yourself, listen to yourself. But what we do is we go on here, oh yeah, there's my new influencer. Oh, this is bad? Okay, oh my God, I would never. There's this, that, and the other, and it's like totally science. It's like so sciencey. Oh yeah. It's like every day it just changes and you're confused or whatever. I'm not trying to say I'm right or anything, but I'm just saying like a green juice is not gonna hurt you. Can you dig it? And hydration isn't gonna hurt you either. And everyone's gonna do what they're gonna do, but this is just my offering to the world. A fresh juice with a handful of enzymes to start the day. And not even until like 10 at the earliest, and maybe like noon. So you just fast all morning and let your body catch up. So if you have like a 4, 6, 8 hour eating window max, then you got all that fasting to get everything, give your pancreas, your liver, it gets a chance to get everything digested and moved out of the way. Otherwise, people are eating all the time so much that there's all this reflux. It's like, are you hungry? No, but I need to eat calories. You're like, calm down, are you hungry? I'm not hungry, I've never been hungry. I got calories with the brain program. And you're just like, so your brain is, you're not listening to your body? No, there's programs and the influencer said stuff. I gotta eat stuff, calories, And it's like, well, why don't you just wait till you're hungry to eat? What a novel, what an insane idea. Why don't you take a crap when you gotta take a crap? No, there's a man in the other room. What if I make noises? I'll hold it in for 6 weeks. I mean, it's like, nature, how dare you suggest nature, Dan McDonald? We've got AI now. We've got the government. We've got pharmaceutical companies. We've got nutritionists to tell us what to do. We've got to study the science. It's like, eat when you're hungry, drink when you're thirsty. When you feel a bowel movement coming on, take a dump. You got to go somewhere. Just say, husband, will you leave the house so I can take a dump and not be constipated? And if I am constipated, drink the green juice, blast the enzymes, and go away to colonic. We've just lost nature. Everything is insane, dude. I'm out here just going, wow, this world is crazy. I hope everybody's stoked, man. This lemon ginger blast is hitting the spot. Woo! Regenerating, you're crazy. Yes, I am, but that's what allows me to be happy. If that's what you got to do to be happy, it's like, well, I've got to do what everyone says. We've got to stay politically correct. It's literally politically incorrect to be a human being these days. And that's what's killing everyone. It's okay to be human. You have my permission. You can take a poop, take a nap, do whatever, be angry. You don't have to be perfect. Everyone's like, oh, walking around perfect. I'm like, hi, I'm Dan McDonald, and F perfection, okay? I'm going to be exactly what God made me, and it's perfect. If I irritate you, good. That's your work, because you are not going to irritate me. You are not going to offend me. It's not going to happen, baby, because I'm chilling, because I'm the one in control. I am in control. No, I'm just saying, like, I can let it all go. That's what I mean. I'm in control of it. Let it go. 30 minutes is good enough. I'd stopped 20 minutes ago. Okay? I'm out of here. This is a great blast. God bless you. Peace be with you. Out.